What's going on, guys? I just finished watching The Monkey, written and directed by Osgood Perkins. It's based on a short story from Stephen King, produced by James Wan. That is a huge heavyweight trio of horror icons. Osgood Perkins is still kind of on the rise, especially after Longlegs came out last year. But man, this movie was hyped out the gills for a lot of horror junkies, including myself. So I was very curious to see how this one shaped up. We follow a pair of twin brothers who find a mysterious wind-up monkey who apparently belongs to their father. And once they turn the key on the back of this toy, a series of outrageous deaths tear their family apart. And after a huge time jump 25 years into the future, the monkey begins a new killing spree, forcing the estranged siblings to confront the cursed toy. When Longlegs came out, I sat here on this couch and I said that it was my favorite scary movie of the past year. Or at least it was my favorite scary movie over the past year until Nosferatu came out. And I think that's a testament to how talented Oz Perkins is, not just as a director, but as an overall storyteller. And I think this is one of the most promising names to come up in the horror genre in a long time, maybe even since James Wan himself. And I mean this in no disrespect to any other horror movie director that's out there, because it's really tough to make a fun, scary movie, but it's also really tough to make a scary movie that is layered in drama and family emotion. And believe it or not, that's exactly what The Monkey does. I think Oz Perkins did it again, gang. And after the success of Longlegs, which honestly felt more like a crime thriller in the same essence of Silence of the Lambs, The Monkey is so drastically different. It may be one of the most unique horror movies I've seen in a long time, partly because of the deranged, sick, twisted sense of humor that this script has. But you know what the amazing thing is, guys? This movie was hilarious. Oh my god, this movie was so funny. And especially, not going to get too deep into spoilers or anything, but the more times that we see these brothers, especially in childhood, appear in the funeral home, and just how freaking done with everything the preacher is. I wasn't expecting that, guys. I also wasn't expecting a lot of the kills that we saw in this, and how gruesome this movie was actually going to be. Like, I knew this movie was going to be bloody because of the R rating, but holy guys. Yeah, if you guys are sensitive and you're queasy at the sight of blood, probably best not to buy a ticket to this one. I mean, people are blown up, people are spearheaded, people are beheaded. Like, it is just pandemonium, and I loved it. Now, the premise of this movie is very silly. Yes, a wind-up monkey, which is basically a devil incarnate wearing the clothes of the Toy Story 3 monkey. Yeah, you can see on the surface level why that would be terrifying. But I think this movie also does something very effective that most horror movies nowadays don't. They dig into the family drama, especially between these twin brothers, both of whom are played by Theo. This is an actor who before this was known for the Divergent movies. I think it's safe to say that he's turned his career around. I thought he was excellent in The Monkey. Playing not one but two twin brothers is not an easy feat, but I think he creates two very distinct and very troubled characters. You look at this script and you look at the daunting task that he has. Yeah, it's not easy. And I think this guy was up for it. He impressed me so damn much. As did everybody else in this cast. I thought the young actors that they got to play the young versions of our leads here really solid as well. Tatiana Maslany is in this. I think it's safe to say that her career is being turned around after the polarizing reaction that She-Hulk got. And it's not to say that Tatiana Maslany is in the movie for super long, so any hardcore fans of the She-Hulk, if you exist out there, I mean, you're probably not going to find a lot of those anyway, but yeah, I'm sure they'll be pretty disappointed to see that Maslany's not in it for very long. But she makes the most of her minutes, as does everybody here. You have a brief cameo from Adam Scott, who you might remember as the shitty younger brother from Step Brothers. Elijah Wood is in this movie also, in a very nothing role. But when you do see Elijah Wood on screen, he was hilarious, man. And not to dig too deep into spoilers, but anytime I see a character or I meet a character in this and I'm like, oh yeah, that character is definitely going to be a victim, the movie constantly keeps me guessing. And they don't turn those obvious victims that you would find in really shit horror movies that you're used to. Yeah, they don't turn them into victims. They just turn them into other characters that you come across in this village. Yeah, guys, The Monkey was super fun. I really dug it. I think everybody in my theater really dug it. There was so much uncomfortable laughter in there. Yeah, this may have been one of the most fun horror movie theater outings I've had in quite some time. If you're a scary movie fan, I highly recommend checking out The Monkey, especially if you're into Stephen King stories. Yeah, I know Stephen King stories can be a little bit outlandish sometimes, but a lot of times you get a really good film adaptation based on one of his stories, and yeah, I think they might have struck gold with this one. Oz Perkins, again, super promising horror director. James Wan producer credit as well. That's a dream team behind it. And I think it really paid off for Neon Studios. My only real criticism with this movie, and unfortunately it's a big one, I kind of wish they dug deeper into some of the family drama. Because one of Theo James's characters has a son in this, and it definitely feels very par for the course for me. Like, it feels like I've seen this estranged relationship before, and I've heard a lot of this dialogue done in other movies. And yeah, during the climax, I was able to predict a lot of the dialogue that we get between the estranged twins, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not, but nevertheless, really freaking solid movie. I think if you're a horror movie fan, you will love this. I'm going to give The Monkey an A-. Curious to find out more? Turn the key and find out. Actually, no, please don't do that. Like, I don't want any random deaths floating around in my neighborhood either. Let me know what you guys thought of The Monkey down in the comments section below. Does this thing terrify you? I love discussing all things in the cinematic world on the regular. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and tap on that thumbs up as well. Because believe me, 2025 is just getting started over here. Loads of fun content still on the horizon. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers and beyond. And thank you all so much for your continued support. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.